I've watched Meet the Parents now twice. Once quite a while ago, and I remember kind of liking it but not really finding it as funny as I thought I would. So I thought I'd give it another go. And to be honest, my opinion hasn't really changed. I enjoyed watching it, but it wasn't as laugh out loud funny as I expected. Having said that, I am now very keen to watch the sequels because I haven't actually seen any of them for some very unusual reason. I'm a big fan of Ben Stiller. For whatever reason, I haven't seen Meet the Fockers, etc. Meet the Parents is pretty decent. Certainly for the time, it was released in 2000. I feel like I would have found it funnier back then. Or maybe a few years after. It was directed by Jay Roach, and has a screenplay by Jim Herzfeld, starring, of course, Ben Stiller as Greg Focker, and his partner, Pam, played by Teri Polo. We also have Robert De Niro as Jack Byrnes, and Blythe Danner as Dina, Pam's father and mother. And the film primarily revolves around the relationship, or perhaps lack thereof, between Greg and Jack. And to make a long story short, Greg was initially wanting to propose to Pam. At the very start of the film, he finds out that her father is the kind of person who'd much rather he gave his permission for his daughter to marry him. I'm getting everything all confused in the moment. Pam takes Greg to meet her parents, and things do not go off to a great start straight away. Jack has a very standoffish attitude, and he's also hiding a secret, and it's possible that Greg, who seems to rub Jack up the wrong way, may also get in the way of this secret. Will they be best friends by the end of the film, or would Jack think that Greg is the worst potential son-in-law ever? I'm not going to say. And for me, this is not really about the narrative. I mean, it obviously is about the narrative, but I personally wasn't sitting thinking, going, ooh, what's Jack hiding? Will Greg find out? I wasn't that bothered or emotionally invested in that secret aspect of it. And to be honest, Jack as a character I didn't really like. I guess we're not meant to like him that much because he's a bit annoying. De Niro's performance was obviously great. Everybody gave great performances in this. But there was something about Jack that just rubbed me up the wrong way. Because Greg Focker, is really likeable. Now, Ben Stiller's always great, but sometimes he plays characters that are a little bit irritating. That is absolutely not the case with Greg. I thoroughly liked Greg from the get-go. So when Jack was being standoffish with him, or dismissive of him, or not listening to him, it kind of annoyed me. And I know that's kind of the point, and that's their relationship. Will Greg ever gain leverage in the situation? Well, I won't say, but I will say that although I wasn't emotionally invested in the narrative, I think it developed really well. I think the pacing was really effective, and that's not something I really enjoyed. We find out more about, particularly Jack, at a really good pace. He seems quite mysterious to begin with until we learn more, and to be honest, continues to be mysterious. But I really liked the character development, if not the character. It's an enjoyable film. The first time I watched it, I remember thinking it was alright. This second time, I still have the same thoughts and feelings. I didn't really laugh, though. There were a few moments that I thought were comedic. Most of those moments revolved around the cat. The cat is absolutely adorable. The cat in the urn, one of my favourite bits. That bit I genuinely did find funny, both times. I found that very entertaining, particularly because I'm a cat fan. So it's good. It's well written, really good character development, some interesting characters. Jack, although I don't like him, is a very well-rounded individual. It's just not as funny as I thought it would be. And I'm hoping that Meet the Fockers is funnier, more to my liking. I plan to watch Little Fockers, but if for some reason I watch Meet the and it's terrible, which I don't think it will be, then maybe I will change my mind about that. But I am looking forward to watching the sequel. For now, Meet the Parents, I've seen it twice. I'm pleased I've seen it twice so I can kind of concrete that opinion. Not one that I will intentionally watch again, but if you like Ben Stiller or De Niro or anything about this that sounds appealing, give it a go. By no means is it a bad film.